Hello students, welcome to today's class of Anatomy and Physiology. In today's lecture, we will discuss about skeletal system. Dear students, as you know that skeletal system is consists of bones and joints. So in this class, we will discuss bones and joints in detail. Dear students, as you know that this topic is vast, so we will cover it in a series of classes. So this is the first class of skeletal system and it will consist of mainly the bones of our upper limb, that is hand. First we will discuss about what is bone. Dear students, bone is a tissue. We can say bone is a mineralized tissue. Minerals are calcium and phosphorus. It is a connective tissue that exhibits four types of cell. It means the bone consists of cells and minerals. Minerals are calcium and phosphorus and cells are osteoblast, modified osteoblast, these are also known as bone lining cells, osteocytes and osteoclast. They are arranged in the bone like this. These are known as Haversian system. Now we come to functions of bone. Dear friends, many times you will see this question in your exam that write the functions of bones or write the functions of skeletal system. So under these questions you can write these points. Skeletal system is very important for us. First function is related to structure. The bones or skeletal system provide a strong framework for our body. The function of skeleton and bone is so positive, is to provide rigidity to our body. It gives a shape and support and weight of the muscles and organs. Without this structure, the body would collapse on itself. Second important function is locomotion. With the help of bones and joints, we are able to walk and run. We can move our hand like this, or we can write, or we are when we are eating food. These all movements are possible by the bones. We can move our hand to do day-to-day activities, and even we can chew the food by the movement of our mandible bone. Next important function is protection. You can see this is a cage known as rib cage, and important organs like lungs and heart, these are protected here by these bones. So we can write that most important function of the skeletal system is protection. The most obvious example of this function is human skull, where our brain is protected. The vertebrae, ribs, all have protective function. The rib cage not only surrounds the organs, but it also helps in the respiration. Next important function is blood cell production. RBC especially. Red and white blood cells are made in the red marrow. Okay, that is also known as bone marrow. Bone marrows are of two types, red marrow and yellow marrow. Red marrow is specially responsible for production of these cells. You can see here, this is bone marrow. The normally bone marrow found inside of the bones, in long bones, in flat bones. So this is important for the blood cell productions. At birth, in the early childhood, all bone marrow is red, so they are fresh. As the person ages, about half of the body's marrow turn to yellow, and they are not, because they contain fat, they cannot produce cells. The body can convert some yellow marrow back to red marrow to increase blood cell production when we need. Next important function is storage. The body uses calcium and phosphorus for bodily process like muscle contraction. Some of those minerals are found in our diet, but they are also taken from the bones in human body. When the body needs calcium, when there is surplus of blood calcium, it is put back to the bone. Means the calcium which are in the bone can be utilized for the body needs, and if the calcium is more, then it can be stored in the bones. Now we come to types of bones. Dear students, there are a lot of classifications, but for at our level, we can classify the bones as per their shape, how they looks like. So as per this classification, the bones are long bone, short bone, flat bone, irregular bone, and sesamoid bones. Long bones means they are long, and especially they are found in the arms and legs and fingers. Short bones, they are short, small, and they are in the wrist and ankles. We will see them later one by one when we will discuss about the bones. Then flat bones are there, irregular bones are there, means they have no special shape, and sesamoid bone which are developed in the tendons. We will discuss about all these bones one by one. Now we come to skeleton. What is skeleton? Skeleton is articulated structure of all bones. Dear students, do you know how many bones we have? Yes, we have 206, means 206 bones in our body. Normally during fetal life, bones are more, but later they fuse to each other and become 206. So our skeleton is divided into two parts, appendicular skeleton and axial skeleton. Axial skeleton consists of central bones which are skull, ribs, vertebral column and sacrum. And appendicular skeleton consists of bones of hands and bones of legs. Now we will discuss the bones of hand. So dear student, when we discuss about bones in our examination, we may find in practical or in theory identification of bones. So at our level, we should know 4 points. The name of the bone which is given, then the type of bone, then the number of bone, how many bones are there, and the location where these bones are situated in our body, and then one or two important feature of the bone. Let us see this first bone of hand. It is clavicle. So clavicle, name is clavicle, and number are two, one left and one right. Here you can see its location. It is located between the neck and shoulder. One right bone and one left bone, left, right. So two bones are there. When we see important feature, the important feature is this, that this bone is slightly S-shaped like this. Okay, so this is slightly S-shaped bone, and this is also known as collarbone. Dear students, as we will proceed in this chapter, you will see here number of bones, one left, one right, and two total bones that we are studying in this slide, and total number of bones that we have studied. Now it is up to 2. Finally, we will complete 206 bones. Keep in mind. Okay. Now we come to another bone of hand, that is scapula. So this is scapula bone. scapula bone is situated in our back of the shoulder. So two bones are there, one left and one right. Okay. And what is the type of this bone? It is flat. So flat bone is this, and we have two bones. This is posterior side of the bone and this is the anterior side of the bone. What are important features? In important feature we can see here that this bone is roughly triangular in shape. Okay, here, and at one side it has a pit like structure that is known as glenoid cavity. So this is glenoid cavity, and in this glenoid cavity head of humerus fits to form the shoulder joint. So these one or two important points you can write. There are many more points, but I think two or three are sufficient. Okay, like it has one uh, spinous process known as spine of the bone, spine of the scapula. And here you can see that till now in this lecture we have studied four bones, two clavicle, two scapula. Okay, where it is situated? Location. It is situated in the back of our shoulders. Okay. Next bone is humerus. Humerus bone is a long bone. Type is long. And where it is situated? Here you can see in our hand. It is in the upper arm, starting from shoulder joint to elbow joint. Okay. So we have two humerus bone, in one in left hand and one in right hand. So what are the important feature of this bone? That it contains a rounded head known as head of humerus. It is upper side, and at lower side it is flat, where it contains trochlea and capitulum. Okay, trochlea and capitulum, where another bones which are radius and ulna, they will articulate. Okay, and one more important feature you can write here, that this humerus joins with scapula and distal part joins with radius and ulna. Number of bones, one left, one right. These are two, and up to this time we have studied total 6 bones. Okay, now we come to radius and ulna. Dear students, radius and ulna, they are parallel to each other. So we study them at one time. So in our hand you can see the location. They are situated in the forearm. Okay. So two parallel bones are there, one radius and one ulna. So when we discuss about type of the bone, so which type of this bone? As it is seen, they are long bones. Both are long bones. So and number two left and two right means one radius, one ulna left hand, and one radius, one ulna right hand. So total 4 bones are there, and grand total up to this level 10 bones we have studied. So what are the important feature of radius and ulna? So here two bones you can see in this picture. What is the difference? Actually radius is smaller than ulna. You can identify radius is smaller and ulna is longer. And radius contains a rounded head like button, you can easily identify. And the distal end of this radius is broad than ulna. Okay, it is small, it is broad. Another feature by which you can identify that in our hand the radius is towards the thumb. Okay, so this is thumb, and this is radius, and towards little finger there is ulna. So in this way you can identify. Next bones are carpal bones. Dear students, we have 8 carpal bones in our one hand. So when we come to number 8 carpal bones in right hand and 8 in left hand, so total 16 carpal bones are there. They form the wrist. Where is the location? They form the wrist. They are in the wrist, we can see. And in the wrist, they are very small bones. The type is short and they are very short. And in the wrist, they are arranged in 2 lines. So in one line there are 4 and one line there are 4. Okay, so in proximal line, the bones are scaphoid, lunate, triquetral and pisiform, and in distal towards fingers there is trapezium, trapezoid, capitate and hamate. Okay, so up to this level we have studied total 26 bones. Now we come to metacarpal bones. Metacarpal bones are long bones, okay, and they are in the palm. Okay, so in this level we have 5 metacarpals and counting starts from thumb. So this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth and this is fifth metacarpal bone. In important feature you can write that they are long bones and they attach with the carpal bones in proximal side and with the phalanges at distal end. Okay, now we come to phalanges bones. Dear students, phalanges are long bones. Okay, so type is long bone and number are 14. So 14 phalanges in left hand and 14 phalanges in right hand. So total 28 phalanges are there. You can see in the special feature that in the fingers there are 3 phalanges. One is proximal phalange, intermediate phalange and distal phalange. In each finger there are 3 phalanges, while in the thumb there are 2 phalanges. Okay, so total these are 14 phalanges in one hand, 14 in second right hand, and total 28 phalanges. And up to this level we have total 64 bones. So in our hand there are 64 bones, 32 in each hand. Okay, sir, 32 bones, 32 bones. So total 64 bones are in our hand. So in next class we will study the bones of leg, and to get notification about that class please subscribe the channel, and you can also visit blogspot, and you can follow Twitter handle so that you can get notification about further classes and latest updates. Thank you.